Hello everyone. Do you ever stop to wonder about the little things in life that we totally take for granted? I mean, think about it. You open your freezer, grab some ice cubes, plop them into your drink, and boom, refreshment. But who came up with that genius idea? Today, we are diving deep into something surprisingly fascinating: the origins of ice cube trays. Trust me, this is going to be a wild ride through history, innovation, and even some unexpected twists. So, grab a cold drink, hopefully with some ice, and let's get started. Welcome back to the channel, friends. I am so excited to be here with you today because we are exploring a topic that sounds simple but has a story packed with surprises. Ice cube trays. They sit quietly in our freezers, but they have changed the way we live, cool our drinks, and even entertain ourselves. In this video, we will uncover where they came from, how they evolved over time, and why they matter more than you might think. We will also sprinkle in some fun facts that will make you the coolest person, pun intended, your next trivia night. Before we jump in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an adventure like this one. Ready? Let's chill out and dive into the frosty past of ice cube trays. So, where did ice cube trays even come from? Let's travel back in time to the early 1800s. Back then, keeping things cold was a big challenge. People relied on ice, harvested from frozen lakes and rivers, stored in ice houses, and delivered to homes. It was a whole operation. But here's the thing. That ice came in giant, unwieldy blocks. If you wanted to cool your drink, you had to chip away at it with an ice pick. Messy, right? Enter a guy named John Gorey in the 1840s. He was a doctor in Florida, of all places, obsessed with cooling things down to help his patients beat the heat. Gorey invented an early refrigeration machine, basically the great-granddaddy of your fridge. His machine made ice, but it still came in big chunks. No trays yet, just a step closer to our story. Fast forward to 1914. A man named Frederick J. Loudon steps onto the scene. Loudon was an inventor who patented one of the first designs resembling an ice cube tray. His idea: a metal container with separate compartments to freeze water into smaller, manageable pieces. Genius. It was not perfect. Those early trays were clunky and hard to use, but it planted the seed. The real game changer came in the 1930s with a guy named Guy Tinkham. Tinkham worked for General Electric and patented a flexible rubber ice tray in 1933. You could twist it, pop the cubes out, and avoid the whole ice pick drama. That, my friends, was the moment ice cube trays started to look like something we recognize today. Okay, so we have our rubber tray from the 30s, but the story does not stop there. Ice cube trays kept evolving as refrigeration became more common in homes. By the 1940s and 50s, metal trays with a lever mechanism hit the market. You pulled the lever, and it cracked the ice loose, super satisfying. These trays were everywhere because home freezers were becoming a thing, and people loved the convenience. Then, in the 1960s, plastic arrived. Plastic trays were cheaper, lighter, and easier to mass-produce. Suddenly, ice cube trays were not just functional. They came in fun colors, like avocado, green, and mustard yellow to match those groovy kitchens. But here is where it gets wild. As refrigerators got fancier in the 80s and 90s, built-in ice makers started showing up. You know, those machines that spit out ice at the push of a button? Some folks thought ice cube trays were toast. But guess what? Ice cube trays fought back. In the 2000s, silicone trays burst onto the scene. Flexible like rubber, but way more durable. Silicone trays let you make ice in all kinds of shapes. It's even tiny Death Stars for you Star Wars fans out there. Today, you can find trays that make giant cubes for cocktails or tiny spheres for fancy drinks. Innovation keeps rolling, and ice cube trays are still holding their own against those high-tech ice makers. Now, let's talk about why ice cube trays matter beyond just keeping your soda cold. They are a symbol of how we humans love to control our environment. Think about it. Before refrigeration, ice was a luxury. Only the rich could afford it. Ice cube trays. They democratized that luxury. Suddenly, anyone with a fridge could have ice on demand. It was a small but real shift in how people lived. And culturally, ice cubes became a vibe. In America, they are practically a must-have for drinks. Think iced tea, lemonade, or a classic Coke. Other countries, not so much. I read that in some parts of Europe, people look at you funny if you ask for ice in your water. Ice cube trays helped shape that American love for all things chilled. They even popped up in movies and TV, like that satisfying clink of ice in a glass during a tense scene. Plus, ice cube trays have gone beyond drinks. People use them for everything, now freezing herbs, making chocolate molds, even organizing tiny stuff like screws or beads. They are the unsung heroes of creativity. All right, time for some fun facts to blow your mind. Did you know the world's largest ice cube tray was made in 2015? It was over 10 feet long and could make 1,000 cubes at once. You could throw with that. Here's another one. The term ice cube was not even a thing until trays standardized the shape. Before that, it was just ice chunks. Kinda boring, huh? Oh, and get this, astronauts on the International Space Station use special trays to freeze water in zero gravity. Ice cubes in space. How cool is that? One more. The average American uses about 144 ice cubes a month. That is a lot of tray filling. So, next time you are at your freezer, give that little tray some love. It has been through a lot to get to you. So, there you have it, the wild, chilly journey of ice cube trays. From hacked-up ice blocks to silicone stars, these little inventions have shaped our drinks, our homes, and even our culture. It is amazing how something so small can have such a big story, right? I hope you enjoyed this deep dive as much as I did. What do you think? Should we give ice cube trays more credit? Let me know in the comments below. If you loved this frosty adventure, do not forget to like this video and subscribe for more quirky history lessons. Share it with your friends who need some cool facts in their life. And hey, tell me, what everyday object should we explore next? Drop your ideas in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, folks. You are the best, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay cool, stay curious, and keep those drinks icy. Catch you later.